Welcome Myrna Dreger as well, who had lots of other things on the go, but she's here, and say hi. How much time do you have? 10, 15 minutes. I want to just say a few things. First of all, I'm deeply honored to have Joy Smith's support. She's a person who's sacrificed much. She spoke about family commitment. She's dealt with illnesses in her family. She's dealt with personal trauma, and she's done it with class and style. And she's never stopped fighting for the people of this province or the women of the world. Deeply honored to have the support so far of 10 of our caucus provincially, and I can tell you that this is a wonderful team of people. It's a wonderful team of people, caring, giving, hardworking. They don't know how hard they can work yet, but hardworking. And we have a nucleus of a tremendous base for that building over there to do a great job. They're going to go back into session here very shortly, and the NDP better be on their toes. Good. It's a good bunch of people. We spoke about family. I must share with you, some of you wanted me to run and expressed it very clearly 6 years ago, and I want you to know that we debated it very, very much in our home. It was one of the hardest issues we've ever had to grapple with as a family. And I must tell you what happened. I had just been elected to the House of Commons when we had to make the decision. I had been elected, 2-3 weeks before. We returned to Ottawa for the duties that I had there, and we were sitting at breakfast one morning, and Esther said, we had 2 daughters, they're 20 and 15 now, they were 14 and 9 then. And Esther said to Quinn, our older daughter, Fran, you know her, and Quinn, she said, you know, sweetheart, in this process, 14-year-olds are allowed the right to vote. You're going to have your first vote this time. And you will have the chance in this election, if we decide as a family to go back to Manitoba, you will have the chance, sweetheart, to vote for your dad. And Quinn looked across the breakfast table at me and she said, don't count on it. So if any of you want an answer as to why this wasn't done 6 years ago, you got your answer. My family comes first, and I hope yours comes first for you too. You should know those young women are on side, and they're here supporting us, and in spirit today, but in every way throughout this campaign. We'll be a family. The night of my first election in 1992, I was honored to win a by-election, had the support of the people of my hometown of Portage la Prairie. My father, farmer, came up just as they announced I'd won, and he put his hand on my shoulder, which scared me, because he wasn't a touchy-feely dad. He led with his deeds. He led with as an example. But he put his hand on my shoulder, looked me in the eye, just as they announced I'd won, and he said, son, and he had practiced this on the tractor. Son, if you leave politics with your family and your integrity intact, you'll be a wealthy man for the experience. Well, I'll tell you what. There's my family, and my integrity is doing just fine. I want to share something with you that happened when we announced. We had a wonderful day on Wednesday. It continues. We've had 9 events so far this week. It will continue. I love to work, and I feel surrounded by people who understand and honor good work. And right after we did the announcement, we went on CJOB. And Richard Kluche asked me some questions, and some of you heard the interview, and he said, it's been my experience that great leaders are people who've been humbled. Have you been humbled? And I said, yes, sir, I curl and golf. Then we went to a fundraiser, and at 4, we were to have a kickoff in my hometown of Portage la Prairie, Manitoba. But I insisted on leaving the fundraiser a little early, because there was a funeral in Oakville for Bob Miller, good friend of mine, 85, beautiful farmer, fine human being. The community hall was packed. We rushed out there. I got there just as Eva was being led into the hall by her daughters and her son. And folks, you got to know, these are real conservatives.